Salmon fishing typically takes place in cold water areas such as rivers and lakes in North America and Northern Europe. Salmon are migratory fish, moving from the ocean into rivers to spawn. Fishing methods may include nets, poles, or hooks. This process requires not only high skill but also sustainable management to protect salmon populations. Effective management efforts help maintain ecological balance and preserve this valuable resource for future generations. Salmon fishing is not only an important economic activity but also has deep cultural value in many communities. For example, in indigenous communities in North America, salmon not only provide an essential food source but are also a symbol of tradition and celebration. However, increased fishing activity and climate change are posing major challenges. Protection measures, such as catch size and season regulations, along with salmon farming programs, are being implemented to ensure that the fish can continue to thrive sustainably. Research and monitoring are also important in understanding the life cycle and needs of salmon, helping to protect this natural resource. In addition to protecting the natural environment, maintaining sustainable salmon stocks involves collaboration between managers, fishermen, and conservation organizations. Studies show that overfishing can lead to serious declines in salmon populations, affecting both the ecosystem and the communities that depend on them. Therefore, policies such as fishing bans during the spawning season and the establishment of protected areas have been implemented to maintain salmon populations and support their recovery. In addition, raising public awareness of the importance of salmon and conservation measures is also important. Education and promotion of responsible fishing methods not only help protect salmon but also maintain the biodiversity of freshwater ecosystems. To truly secure the future of salmon, a strong combination of conservation efforts, effective management policies, and public awareness of maintaining this precious resource is needed. Advanced technologies also play an important role in salmon conservation. For example, the use of tracking devices helps to monitor salmon migration and behavior, providing valuable data for ecological studies and management strategies. At the same time, habitat restoration programs, such as building fish bridges and restoring damaged natural environments, support salmon spawning and migration. Combining modern technologies with traditional conservation measures can ensure that salmon not only survive but thrive, maintaining the balance of freshwater ecosystems and protecting associated cultural heritage. Another important aspect of salmon conservation is international cooperation. Salmon migrate through many countries during their life cycle, so conservation and management efforts cannot be limited to the national level. International agreements and cross-border cooperation between countries are necessary to ensure coordinated and effective management. For example, sharing data on salmon populations, exchanging information on conservation methods, and coordinating management strategies can help countries work together to protect this important fish. In addition, the involvement of local communities in salmon conservation is also an important factor. Community education projects, such as organizing workshops and educational programs on the importance of salmon, can raise awareness and encourage active participation of local people in conservation activities. In particular, promoting sustainable fishing methods and supporting responsible local businesses in resource exploitation are effective ways to combine economic benefits with environmental protection. In short, salmon conservation requires a comprehensive and multifaceted approach, including scientific management measures, international cooperation, and active community participation. Only by working together can we ensure that salmon and the ecosystems they depend on will be maintained and developed sustainably for the future. An important element of salmon conservation is the need to adjust and improve policies and regulations over time. In reality, environmental conditions and the needs of salmon can change, and management policies need to be flexible and adaptable to those changes. For example, monitoring climate change trends can help predict potential impacts on salmon habitat and adjust fishing and conservation regulations accordingly. The growth of the salmon aquaculture industry also needs to be considered. While salmon farming can reduce pressure on wild fish populations, it also poses its own challenges, such as controlling infectious diseases and the spread of exotic species. Strict regulations on farming conditions and water quality monitoring are needed to ensure that salmon farming does not harm the natural environment or the health of wild salmon populations. Finally, it is important to encourage research and innovation in conservation and management methods. New research can provide valuable insights into the life cycle of salmon, their migration behavior, and the environmental factors that affect them. These findings can lead to the development of new technologies and methods that improve conservation and management. In short, salmon conservation is a multifaceted task that requires close coordination between governments, organizations, local communities, and scientists. Adopting flexible management approaches, maintaining a balance between exploitation and conservation, and continuously improving based on research will contribute to protecting precious salmon and ensuring the sustainability of freshwater ecosystems. To effectively maintain salmon conservation, interaction and knowledge sharing between scientists, managers and fishermen are essential. Collaborative research programs between scientific institutions and local communities can help identify specific challenges facing salmon and develop practical solutions. Fishers, with their rich practical experience, can provide valuable information on changes in fish populations and environmental conditions, thereby assisting scientists in adjusting conservation strategies. Along with community engagement, increased communication and awareness raising about the importance of salmon are also essential. Communication campaigns, from organizing community events to distributing educational materials, can help spread the message of conservation and encourage pro-environmental behavior. Programs that educate schoolchildren and students about the ecology and importance of salmon can create a new generation of people who are more conscious about protecting nature and the environment. In addition, the application of new technologies in salmon monitoring and management can bring significant advances. For example, GPS and sensor technology can help track salmon migration with high precision, thereby providing detailed data on areas important for their spawning and development. This information can help managers create more effective protected areas and adjust fishing regulations based on real-world data. Finally, encouraging and supporting community conservation initiatives can have a lasting impact. Local conservation projects, from restoring polluted rivers to organizing volunteer cleanups of salmon habitats, can go a long way toward protecting these fish. When local communities recognize the value of salmon and actively participate in conservation efforts, the sustainability of these fish is assured. In short, salmon conservation is a comprehensive task that requires cooperation and effort from many sides. By combining science, community, and technology, we can protect and sustain salmon for future generations while protecting the freshwater ecosystems they depend on to improve the effectiveness of salmon conservation. Integrating data-driven management approaches is extremely important. Using big data analytics and ecological modeling tools helps predict future trends and the impacts of environmental activities on salmon. This information allows managers to make more accurate decisions about establishing protected areas and adjusting fishing policies. In addition, support from international organizations and conservation funds also plays an important role in providing finance and resources for research and conservation projects. International funding projects can help implement large-scale conservation initiatives, such as habitat restoration campaigns and multinational salmon research programs. At the same time, conducting periodic environmental impact assessments helps monitor the effectiveness of conservation measures and adjust policies when necessary. These assessments provide information on the health of salmon populations, the quality of habitat, and the effectiveness of conservation programs, helping to ensure that measures are appropriate and have a positive impact. Finally, encouraging and supporting community management models, such as joint resource management organizations and local conservation groups, is also an effective way to ensure sustainability. These models enhance community participation in resource management and environmental protection, while developing innovative and sustainable solutions to specific salmon-related problems. In short, salmon conservation requires an integrated approach that combines science, technology, policy, and community engagement. Close collaboration between stakeholders and the use of data-driven management approaches will help sustain and restore salmon populations while protecting the freshwater ecosystems they depend on. Salmon can be prepared in a variety of ways, each with its own unique flavor. One of the most popular ways is grilling, where the fish is marinated in spices such as garlic, lemon, and herbs before being grilled over medium heat until the flesh is cooked through and has a slightly crispy crust. Salmon is also well suited for sashimi or sushi, where the fish is sliced thinly and enjoyed raw, often with soy sauce and wasabi. Another method is pan frying, where the salmon is pan-fried in a small amount of oil until the surface is golden and crispy, while the inside remains moist and tender. Salmon can also be steamed or made into soups, which help retain the fish's natural flavor and nutrients. Salmon can also be prepared as a smoked dish, where the fish is salted and seasoned before being smoked over wood to create a distinctive flavor and tenderness. Another option is to prepare salmon as a cream sauce, where the fish is cooked in a creamy sauce with spices such as pepper and dill, creating a smooth and flavorful dish. Salmon is also often prepared as a grilled salmon dish with honey and Dijon mustard, which brings out the sweet and spicy flavors of the fish. Finally, preparing salmon in salads or sandwiches is also a great way to enjoy this fish, both convenient and retaining its fresh flavor. Another interesting way to prepare salmon is to make salted salmon, where the fish is marinated with salt and sugar, then left in the refrigerator for a few days to let the flavors penetrate the meat. This salted salmon dish is often served as an appetizer or added to salads and snacks. For a more hearty dish, salmon can also be prepared as grilled salmon with teriyaki sauce or garlic and honey, creating the perfect combination of sweet, salty and savory. Additionally, salmon can be prepared as fried salmon, where the pieces of fish are breaded and fried until golden brown, creating a crispy crust on the outside while still retaining moisture and softness on the inside. Salmon is also ideal for braised or stewed dishes, such as braised salmon in coconut milk, which makes the fish tender and full of flavor. Additionally, salmon can be prepared as foil-baked salmon, where the fish is wrapped in foil with vegetables and spices, then baked in the oven. This method not only retains the moisture of the fish but also helps the flavors blend together perfectly. Finally, salmon sushi rolls with vegetables, avocado, and sushi rice are also an attractive way to enjoy salmon, providing a harmonious combination of ingredients and flavors. In short, salmon is a versatile ingredient with many different ways of preparation, from grilling, smoking, to deep frying and steaming. Each method highlights the flavor and quality of the salmon. A popular way to prepare salmon is to make Mediterranean-style grilled salmon. In this method, salmon is often marinated in olive oil, lemon, garlic, and herbs such as oregano or rosemary, then grilled until the fish is tender and has a slightly crispy exterior. This dish is often accompanied by grilled vegetables or a fresh salad, making for a delicious and healthy meal. Salmon is also ideal for making salmon pate. In this method, the salmon is pureed and mixed with ingredients such as cream cheese, shallots, and spices. then chilled to create a delicious appetizer that is easy to enjoy with bread or crackers. This salmon pate is not only delicious but can also be used at parties or given as a gift on special occasions. In addition, grilled salmon with chia seeds and spices is also a unique and nutritious way to prepare it. Chia seeds are sprinkled on the surface of the salmon before baking, creating a crispy and nutritious crust, while adding fiber and omega-3 fatty acids. This dish is often served with vegetables or a portion of rice to create a balanced and nutritious meal. Another way to prepare salmon is to make salmon rolls with cheese. In this method, the salmon is rolled with a layer of soft cheese, and vegetables such as spinach or mushrooms can be added for added flavor and nutrition. After rolling, the salmon is grilled or pan-fried until the cheese melts and the fish is cooked through. Finally, salmon curry is also an attractive option. In salmon curry, the fish is cooked in a delicious curry sauce with vegetables and spices. Bringing the perfect combination of the spicy and sweet taste of salmon. This curry is often served with white rice or naan bread, making it a complete and satisfying meal. Various ways of preparing salmon not only help to enrich the daily menu but also make the most of the nutritional value and flavor of this fish. Salmon can also be processed into salmon salad. In this dish, fresh salmon is sliced thinly and mixed with fresh vegetables, such as cucumber, carrots, and coriander, along with sweet and sour sauce or sesame sauce. Salmon salad is not only delicious but also retains the freshness and nutrition of the fish, suitable for light meals or appetizers. Another method of preparation is to make salmon rolls with bacon. Salmon is rolled with slices of bacon and grilled until the bacon becomes crispy and the salmon is cooked through. This method creates the perfect combination of the richness of bacon and the natural sweetness of salmon, often served with some grilled vegetables or salad. If you love quick and easy food, salmon can also be made into salmon cakes. In this dish, salmon is pureed and mixed with ingredients such as potatoes, onions, and spices, then shaped into small balls and fried. These salmon cakes can be enjoyed with tartar sauce or mayonnaise, making them a great snack for friends gatherings or quick meals. Another interesting dish is pan-fried salmon with lemon butter sauce. Salmon is pan-fried until it has a crispy crust on the outside, then drizzled with lemon butter sauce and spices. Lemon butter sauce brings a light sour taste and rich aroma, highlighting the flavor of salmon without losing the moisture of the fish. Finally, salmon can also be made into grilled salmon with mustard and honey. In this method, salmon is marinated in a mixture of mustard and honey before grilling, creating a sweet and slightly spicy caramelized crust, enhancing the flavor and appeal of the dish. These cooking methods not only bring variety to the menu, but also help you make the most of the freshness and nutritional value of salmon. While enriching your daily culinary experience, salmon fishing is an activity that requires technical skills and a deep understanding of the migratory behavior of this fish species. Salmon often migrate from the sea to rivers to spawn, and fishing methods must be adjusted to each stage of the fish's life cycle. One common method is the use of trawling, where fishermen drag large nets through areas where salmon migrate to harvest. This method can be applied in large rivers or near estuaries where salmon congregate. In addition, pole fishing is also an important tool, often used to catch individual salmon in cold water environments and during the spawning season. To ensure sustainable fishing, regulations such as salmon size limits, fishing seasons, and the number of salmon allowed to be caught have been established. These measures help protect salmon populations and ensure that fishing activities do not negatively affect the recovery of the species. Some areas also monitor and mark salmon to track populations and the effectiveness of conservation policies. In general, salmon fishing requires a balance between resource exploitation and conservation of their natural habitats, to ensure the long-term sustainability of this valuable species. In addition to trawls and poles, salmon fishing techniques include the use of specialized nets and hooks. Nets are often placed in narrow areas of rivers or near spawning areas, helping to capture salmon as they move through aggregation points. Hooks are often used in fishing techniques, such as bottom fishing or live bait fishing, to harvest salmon accurately and efficiently. Salmon fishing methods must also comply with minimum size regulations to ensure that only mature salmon are caught and that juveniles are not harmed. Fishing season regulations are intended to protect salmon during spawning.